right, YouTube, welcome into twitch.tv/Gioco. Today we are going to cover how to select the right race for the class you want to play. Now, this is going to be a pretty extensive series as there are 11 races, and we want to make sure that we give each race its due diligence, go through the trees, and just kind of see how each individual race can impact your vessel, both from a combat, crafting, and gathering standpoint, okay? So without further ado, let's dive right into it. We're going to start with the mankind race, but more specifically, we're going to focus on the human, okay? So the available classes that you can play as a human are Knight, Templar, Ranger, and Cleric. Now, there are some community-generated tools out there to show you kind of your base statistics. And again, this isn't really talking more about crafted vessels, which, if you don't know what that is, we'll get into that in a different series. But this is more about your default vessels. So for new players starting out, what should I pick? How should I do it? And where should I go? This is the best way to kind of help you get started. So again, Knight, Templar, Ranger, Cleric are what we're going to be looking at. All right, so let's look real quick at the Tier 1 part of the tree. This is just strictly the mankind tree. As you can see here, I've already spent quite a bit of points because I'm actually going to the Half-Blood tree. So I am getting into this, and what we're going to look at in Tier 1 are a couple different things. From an exploration standpoint, you're going to see here on this row right here that you've got the ore gathering nodes that you can capture. For example, the decay rate of pick runes is going to be reduced. You've got beneficial harvest chance, you have beneficial harvest lifetime for ore, and you have beneficial harvest power for ore, and your harvest critical chance for ore. So get into those and see what how that's going to impact your particular vessel. But again, Tier 1 is going to focus on ore. Okay. For the crafting benefits, as you can see down here in the bottom part of the skill tree, you can see this is going to respond to blacksmithing. So as far as crafting goes, Tier 1 is going to focus on blacksmithing. Now, for the combat benefits in Tier 1, you're going to see a few things. You're going to see support power of plus 15, which is actually going to be right here. You're going to see attack control defense of minus 5%, which, you know, again, dive into these things, learn what they are, and that'll help apply the vessel to you. And then you've got hard control intensity at 5%. You've got crit hit chance at 3%. And then finally, you've got your crit hit damage modifier at 3%. All right, moving on, you're going to look at some of the stat benefits throughout these trees. The skull, or the brain, is strictly for intellect. Obviously, brain, intellect would go hand in hand. Strength would be the arm. Dexterity's here. Constitution is the little shirt. And then spirit, finally, is the little... almost looks like a person with long hair. But anyways, what you're going to get from Tier 1, strength, you're going to get plus 20. Dexterity, you're going to get plus 20. Intellect, plus 25. Spirit, plus 20. Constitution, plus 20. All right, and then finally, that's pretty much going to sum up Tier 1 as far as the crafting, gathering, and stats areas, and combat as well. So moving on to Tier 2, for example, we're going up to the human tree here, so we're going to go into pure blood, and we're going to look at this here. Some things you get from Tier 2 is you're going to see a stone harvesting section of the tree, which is this section right here, and I'm not going to get in depth about these. Just take a look at them. So if you want to go stone masonry, maybe human's not a bad idea, and then stone gathering, and also stone masonry for your crafting is going to be down here. So stone gathering, stone masonry, not a bad choice in Tier 2. Now, as far as the exploration benefit, the combat benefits for Tier 2, what you're going to see are just right up here. You're going to, again, see support power plus 15. You're going to see physical armor, which I think is right here, at plus 3. Elemental armor plus 3. Organic armor plus 3. Hard control intensity here at plus 5. Okay, so those are the combat elements that you're going to see in Tier 2. Moving forward, the stat benefits from Tier 2, you're going to see plus 10 strength, which again is denoted by the little arm here. You're also going to see plus 25 dex, plus 30 intellect, plus 25 spirit, and plus 35 constitution. Okay, so that's what you're going to see in Tier 2. And then finally, once you reach the human tree, you're going to see, as far as the exploration benefits go, you're going to see animal harvesting, which is in this tree here. for the crafting specifics, you're going to see leatherworking, which is in this tree here. And then moving down to the combat benefits, you're going to see attack, control, defense at +5, hard control intensity at +5, long cooldown reduction at -0.2%. And guys, don't worry, this is all going to be provided for you in the link down below. And then finally, the stat benefits from Tier 3, your strength is going to be increased by 45, dexterity by 40, intellect by 35, spirit by 35, constitution by 25. Okay? And then last but not least, your stat totals from the entirety of going through the human route. So if you were to max this entire part of this tree up through here all the way to human, you're going to get 75 strength to your vessel, 85 dexterity to your vessel, 90 intellect to your vessel, 80 spirit, and then finally 80 constitution. So in the grand scheme of things, your intellect, spirit, constitution, those are all going to be great options to go towards, like maybe a cleric or something. A Templar would not be bad as well to kind of help your heals. So just a couple thoughts for you guys and a couple ideas to keep in mind when you're selecting that race. So be sure you look into the rest of the series. We're going to be covering the next time Nithari, I think on in 2 days from now. So make sure you guys check out the live stream over at twitch.tv/Dioko. Please feel free to leave your comments and feedback down below so that we can improve on the next video. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.